Hello everyone, my name is Rokas. I'm the Aikido guy that filmed the video Aikido versus MMA Real Sparring 2017. So the video went really viral. It has around 200,000 views at the moment when I speak. And it brought a lot of discussion and it brought a lot of thinking to me as well. And I believe it brought a lot of thinking into many people. So I don't have a final conclusion yet. At the end of the video, at the end of the filming, I try to make a quick conclusion, but there's so much to process. There was so much new experience in the ring. There was so much experience reading the comments, the suggestions people made, seeing the responses, and just contemplating about the whole thing. You know, it would be easy to be theoretical, which I think in Aikido, too many times we, as Aikido people, we fail by being too theoretical and thinking nice thoughts that sound nice and just making that decision, well, Aikido would work like that, and Aikido would work like this, and this wasn't good, and that was bad. But I don't want to do this again. I think it got us, as Aikido people, it got us stuck in a certain kind of few places where I don't want to do the same mistake again. So I really want to look at this roughly. I'm still processing and I want to dive into this and figure out the answer and really see it. Probably test it out and see what actually is the solution or what's the final conclusion. And I want to invite you guys to join me in that process. So my modern martial arts experience is very limited. I did a little bit of BJJ, now I'm exposed to MMA, but there's not much. I was very devoted to Aikido specifically. I did some other traditional martial arts, a bit of karate, a bit of Wing Chun, but nothing exceptional besides Aikido. So your insights, what you have to say is actually very valuable to me because you are more experienced in this realm and I want to connect up there. To begin with, I'm really impressed with the comments mainly made by the modern martial arts community. You guys were awesome. You really saw the message behind the video that was there, and with its pluses and minuses, I'm not saying it's perfect or I did a perfect job, but you really saw the reason I did it and you were able to appreciate it and you were supportive in that process. It's so easy to judge and say, you know, this guy sucks, he didn't have enough Aikido training, etc., etc. Most of you didn't go there, and I'm really impressed by you. Oftentimes, traditional martial artists like to ditch the modern martial artists and say, yeah, they're insensitive, they're all about beating heads. But honestly, you guys did a much better job of seeing the message and analyzing it than some of the traditional martial artists. To tell you the truth, I was pretty much horrified by some Aikido people's comments, or actually a lot of Aikido people's comments. Now, not to say about all of them, like in Reddit, I posted the link in Aikido subreddit, and those guys are awesome. I mean, I was connecting with them for a long time now. They're picky. They're quite hard on people, but they got the message and they analyzed it and they looked at the cons and pros. But the more the video spreads around, the more Aikido people come by and they still stay in that same illusional realm where they believe that, you know, I personally sucked and I personally wasn't adequate. And as I said, yes, I'm not adequate, but I think as much as most Aikido people. Not everyone. Some of the people are pressure testing their Aikido. Some of the people are heading to different directions. But when I go to seminars, when I train with people, I know that my training methods are not so much different from the rest of the people. That's why I'm making all these tutorial videos, because I know that stuff. I can do it. Not the best in the world, but trust me, I'm not a bad traditional Aikidoka. But then some of the Aikido people are still having that tunnel vision and making these ludicrous claims, and it sucks. But anyway, the process continues. I really don't want to stop here. I'm interested to see where this can lead, and I said that's where I want to include you. So after I post this video, in the comments, please do let me know again your thoughts, your suggestions. What would you suggest could be the next step? What would you feel? Where do you feel Aikido could go? And if we're looking at Aikido meeting modern martial arts, what would be the proper way to do it? A lot of responses, a lot of comments were really good on the video, just so many, so I have a hard time following all of them. I'm trying my best to scan through them. But in this video, I commit to reading all of the comments roughly. And also, if you have questions, I'm planning to do another Q&A, but this time pre-recorded with pre-chosen questions together with Tadas. So if you want to ask me personally, you want to ask Tadas, or both of us, let me know in the comments specifically who you're directing the question to, what is your question, and I'll choose some of the best questions and we're going to sit down with Tadas and answer them really without rushing and in a quality way. So your feedback can really help me take the next step and try to come to closer to something that we could call a conclusion or a solution at least at this moment. But I know that as a single person with my single perspective point of view, I'm not gonna be able to really do justice. So let's try to go through this interesting process together. Now, alongside that way, one of the solutions that I'm looking into and I'm really excited about is I'm planning to do a YouTube series on my channel called Modernized Aikido. It's more or less going to be a follow-up of the MMA versus Aikido sparring. I will go to a few different instructors, modern martial arts instructors, probably gonna go back to Tadas, do my best to meet a BJJ black belt, connect up and train with some of the more combative Aikido styles, see what else is out there, and just expose myself to it and ask the question with them on a practical level. Okay, so how would Aikido blend in this scenario? What should be done for an Aikido person to not rule the ring, but to at least feel comfortable and to manage to use some of the things which an Aikidoka learned for years beforehand. So I'm going to make a few episodes of that, and I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting process. It's going to take me a while, so I'm hopefully thinking that I'm going to publish it end of June, maybe middle of July. I'll do my best, but it's definitely going to come up. So do stay in touch. Subscribe if you haven't, so you would know when the video comes up. Right now, this is my focal point, so I'm still going to publish a few traditional Aikido tutorials that I have filmed already before, but mostly a few interviews, but mostly I'm going to focus on this direction. So feel free to subscribe, and you're not going to be having to deal with a lot of Aikido tutorials, so don't worry. Now, when I go through this process, by no chance I want to deny the wonderful and unique Aikido philosophy that is out there. It's a whole other subject that I discussed a lot about before, and a lot of people do that. There's Horky Quakenbush, who has a YouTube channel. He's a lot about applying Aikido to daily life, and I love the guy. And I love the Aikido philosophy too, but this is a separate question which maybe can later be connected into it, or the philosophy still has to be respected because otherwise it's just not going to be Aikido. But when I don't speak much about it, don't think that I neglect it or I'm not interested in it. It's just that I really want to do this certain subject justice. And personally, my intention is not to become an MMA fighter. My intention is not to switch martial arts. I'm just, since so many people are enthusiastic about this topic, I decided to go into it together with you so we would again do it justice. And also I'm really frustrated about so many Aikido people just being so delusional, and I know how you guys probably felt for years now. I want to also dive deep enough into the video. Of course, the delusional people can stay delusional for as long as they want, but I just want to clear up some answers that it would give it the least space for crappy conclusions as possible. Now, one more thing, coming closer to the end, I want to share with you. So there's a very exciting thing for Aikido people, but also for all martial artists. A colleague of mine, Miles Kessler Sensei, is doing a Telesummit, like a free online conference with some of the major, most important Aikido instructors in the whole world. And I'm going to be there too, and some of the YouTube Aikido guys that you love are going to be there too. So Lenny Sly is going to be there, Roy Dean is going to be there, and also some of the major players like Christian Tissier and other famous teachers. You can find the whole list in the link. It's really impressive. If you connect up with it, there's going to be a lot of sessions. You don't have to go to all of them. So if you're an Aikido person, you're going to definitely find something very interesting there. If you are just a martial artist, enthusiastic about the whole martial arts world, there's one topic that you might be really interested in, is that it's called Is Aikido Martial Art? That can be a continuation of what we're speaking about, and Lenny Sly is going to be there. A few other people as well. It's going to be a panel discussion. Personally, I'm invited to talk about Aikido and media, how I'm blending Aikido and YouTube together. So it's fun. It's going to be interesting too to speak about that. When I'll edit the video, I'll write the link down for the Is Aikido Martial Art thing down right here, because I don't know the time right now, but see it here. And you can watch that. I'm probably going to join that too and just listen to see. And on Friday the 19th, that's the next Friday, I'm gonna be in the panel discussion Aikido and media. As I said, Roy Dean is gonna be there too, which I'm excited about. I feel a lot of respect for the guy. I just haven't met him yet. a couple of other guys. So it's gonna be fun. So join that. There's gonna be a recording, so you can watch it, but it's great to join live too, because you can ask questions and you can show yourself and be in the conversation. So it's really cool. It's a really cool project. So do consider joining it. I'm gonna be there. And the very last quick thing I want to share with you guys and girls is that I'm starting another project alongside YouTube and alongside my dojo work as a traditional martial artist, in order to support my work and to support other people, which is really an important part of my life, because that's what I lacked when I was going on my path until I met my instructor, my sensei, and I needed that support and nobody was there for me. So I really want to support other people. So I started a coaching program. Mainly it's dedicated and focused on the things that you know me from, how to build a YouTube channel, especially a martial arts YouTube channel, where I will share my knowledge of the things I learned through those 2 years and what works and what doesn't work. Also about creating a dojo, maintaining a dojo. I've been doing this for now more than 5 years professionally. I did it even before that, helping out my senseis running their dojos. So there's quite a bit of experience in those 5 years. I learned a lot. I tried a lot. I tried things which worked really well. I tried things which didn't work. So there's definitely knowledge on how to run a dojo as a business and to support it and to share your message as efficiently as possible through that medium. So if you want to connect up with those topics, I made a website. It's rokasleo.com. That's my name and surname quickened. The whole website is a bit fancy, so it would catch attention, but basically the whole message is the same. If you want to connect up, if you want some private sessions to talk about these questions, you want to learn about my methods, I will share it on the YouTube channel too, but on a personal level, there's so much deeper that we can go. And right now, there are prices for that, but they're really minimal until I get it started, until I get my first clients. So it's a great opportunity if you want to join, connect up. So it starts from $30 for an hour. So if you're interested, there's already some clients coming up and the schedule's gonna fill up sooner or later. So if you're interested, just hook me up, let me know, and I'll be happy to connect up with you. Anyway, just to summarize again, thank you for all your support. I'm really happy about the people who are conscious, who are eager, who are hungry, and I'm really looking forward to make this into the next step. The Telesummit is called, that I mentioned, is called Aikido on the Leading Edge, and I feel we're here at a certain leading edge too, that we can make a global difference, that we can really push it to the next level. So let's do it. I'm excited, and I hope you will join me too. So until the next video, I'll see you on the virtual mat again soon.